You've probably seen them all over your TikTok For You page, masses on a dupe hauls. Creators proudly unboxing fake Chanel bags, Hermès Birkins, Cartier bracelets, and Dior sneakers from DHGate and other replica sites. The captions read, "Who's gonna know? And this looks exactly like the real thing." And it feels like harmless fun. But today, we need to talk about why this viral trend isn't as innocent as it seems. I went down a serious TikTok rabbit hole of these dupe hauls, and what I found is actually wild. Beyond the flashy fakes and budget-friendly luxury vibes, there's a darker, more complicated side to this entire culture of knockoffs, and it affects way more than just the brands. First, let's be real. Luxury fashion has always thrived on exclusivity. When everyone suddenly has a Birkin they got online for $200, it shifts the entire meaning and value of luxury. And while that might sound like a good thing to some people, it opens up a whole conversation about fast consumption, the obsession with status symbols, and what we're actually chasing when we shop. And here's where it gets even deeper. These fake items aren't made in the same monitored, regulated conditions as authentic designer pieces. There are real human rights concerns tied to the replica industry, especially when it comes to unregulated labor and counterfeit goods funding illegal operations. I know people think they're just scoring a good deal on a fake Chanel, but there's a bigger ecosystem behind that bag you won't see in a TikTok haul. Let's also talk about how this trend impacts young consumers psychologically. Luxury dupes flood the market with unrealistic expectations of ownership, pushing people to overconsume to keep up with viral trends and micro-aesthetics. It becomes less about personal style and more about what looks good on camera, what gets likes, and what goes viral. I reacted to a few of these viral dupe haul TikToks in this video. Some of them will genuinely shock you. From fake Cartier stacks to bootleg low puzzle bags, the obsession has gotten out of control. And don't get me wrong, I get the appeal. The thrill of getting the look for less is addictive, but at what cost? When we normalize counterfeits on such a massive viral scale, it lowers the bar for what we accept in both product quality and ethics. So while TikTok might make it look like a harmless trend, the reality is that it's feeding into a culture of fast, disposable fashion and mass overconsumption disguised as luxury. If you care about fashion, ethics, and the future of luxury, this is a conversation you need to be a part of. Follow us on Instagram at GTWJMag for daily fashion deep dives, bag news, and luxury scandals you won't get anywhere else. And let me know in the comments, what's your honest take on the dupe culture? Have you ever bought one? Would you? Let's get into it. Because here's the thing, the luxury market has always been a reflection of culture, wealth, and aspiration. And when dupes flood the space, it's not just about who's carrying what bag, it's about what it says about where we're heading as a society. I mean, think about it. When the value of an item stops being about craftsmanship, heritage, and authenticity, and instead becomes about a viral TikTok trend or how many likes it gets, what happens to the meaning of luxury? It becomes watered down, disposable, and that devalues not only the brands, but also the relationship people have with fashion itself. And you're probably thinking, well, luxury brands price people out anyway, so what's the harm? But this isn't about gatekeeping fashion. It's about preserving value, sustainability, and ethical standards in an industry already known for excess. Because most people don't realize that counterfeit operations are often linked to organized crime rings, money laundering, and exploitive labor practices. It's not just a $70 fake product of an underground market with consequences we don't see in those cute haul videos. On top of that, dupes promote a culture of constant newness. It teaches consumers to shop emotionally, to buy for the short-term thrill instead of long-term value. It feeds the fast fashion cycle at lightning speed, and that's a huge environmental issue too. And look, luxury fashion isn't perfect. There are valid criticisms to be made about pricing, accessibility, and inclusivity. But the answer isn't flooding the market with replicas that further damage what little integrity the fashion system has left. In this video, I break down not just the viral TikToks and trends, but the deeper psychological hooks behind why people obsess over fakes, how it's designed to go viral, and what it reveals about our collective relationship with money, status, and identity. So if you're into fashion that thinks deeper, this is for you. Hit that subscribe button, because on this channel, we don't just follow trends, we unpack them. And if you're not following already, get on at GTWJMag on Instagram for your daily luxury gossip, bag alerts, and fashion commentary that actually has something to say. Drop your thoughts below, because I want to know, are you here for the designer dupe era, or are you over it? Let's talk. And here's what makes this whole trend even more complicated. The social media algorithms love it. Content showing $20 Chanel bags or $50 Dior sneakers rack up millions of views overnight. Why? Because it taps into two of the most powerful psychological triggers online. Aspiration and accessibility. People love seeing luxury. It signals status, power, and beauty. But they also crave access to it. When someone flashes a designer lookalike for a fraction of the price, it feels like a loophole to the system, like you're beating the luxury game. And TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram eat it up because it keeps viewers hooked and scrolling for more. But here's the danger. It's creating a generation of hyper-consumers chasing the next dupe haul instead of curating a wardrobe of things they truly love. It encourages copy and paste style instead of personal expression. And long-term, it chips away at the meaning of luxury altogether. And don't even get me started on how this affects the resale market. The explosion of high-quality fakes has made it so much harder for legit buyers and collectors to safely shop secondhand. Platforms like Vestiaire and The Real are under constant fire for accidentally authenticating fakes because the replicas have gotten scarily good. It hurts the value of authentic pieces, erodes buyer trust, and messes with the entire luxury ecosystem. Now, I get it. People are tired of being priced out of luxury. Prices have skyrocketed in the past 5 years. But what's wild is that brands like Hermès, Chanel, and Dior have increased demand by becoming less accessible. That scarcity is exactly why people want these items more, and why dupes have become such a viral obsession. It's basic supply and demand psychology. But there's a line between inspiration and imitation, between celebrating fashion and participating in an economy of exploitation and overconsumption. And that's why this video isn't just about some fake bags on TikTok. It's about what that means for fashion culture as a whole. So if you care about luxury, about style with substance, and about being a smart, conscious consumer, you need to be part of this conversation. Hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dive fashion content, and follow at GTWJMag on Instagram for the trends that matter and the stories brands don't want you to hear. I'll see you in the next one.